Hello and a warm welcome back to the Celtic Forever podcast. It's been a few days where we've been on. Nothing really been happening at Celtic Park, so we've just left it to the day. We're slap bang in the middle of an international break. Absolute torture, if I'm being honest with you. But we'll go through what's been happening at Celtic anyway, and some rumours, some news, some other stuff, international stuff. We've got John here. No heard from you in a few wee while, John. How you doing?
I'm all right. How's yours, Andy?
Nah, well, as I say, John, I'm bored to tears with this international break. It just when you're not going to Celtic, it's torture. But we'll talk about what's been going on anyway, John. So, how do you feel about the international break anyway? How are you feeling about this international break in particular?
Well, it's no one I was looking forward to because Scotland's obviously already qualified, so it's kind of pointless. But I actually enjoyed the game against Georgia the other night. It was a really good game, 2 each.
Well, for anybody that doesn't know, I don't watch international football. John does. I didn't watch the game, but I did hear the result. Uh, Callum McGregor and Taylor were both playing, I think, John.
That's right. I'd rather they weren't playing, but especially, I mean, look, they don't need to be playing these players in that type of game. They've already qualified. Use some of the Scottish fringe players a game, Well, Greg Taylor, I suppose, he's a fringe player. Obviously, Kieran Tierney wasn't there, and Andrew Robertson. Is that his name? Robertson? What's his name?
Robertson. He's injured, isn't he? Robertson.
He got a shoulder injury the last Scotland game. Don't know if he broke it or whatever, but he obviously went off. But look, it was a good game, but it's nothing compared to watching the Celtic, is it?
No, definitely not, John. Definitely not. Before we go any further, the competition for last week, Paul McGowan didn't claim his prize, so the prize goes to the Prophets, who's already sent me his address, John. So he'll be getting the Celtic Legends framed print. So sorry about that, Paul. You didn't claim your prize. We've had to give it to somebody. And the next one who got both right was the Prophet. So that's already been posted today, and you'll probably get that by Wednesday. So hope you enjoy that, the Prophet. And this week's competition, John, is just the usual, really. When will the first goal be scored against Motherwell? So what minute will the first goal be scored against Motherwell next Saturday, a week today? So just put your minute in the comment section, and if you could add your seconds as well, you'll have a great chance of winning that Celtic Legends frame print. Absolutely beautiful, isn't it, John?
Aye. But I've obviously not got one, but I can't get one. But either they're nice. I was talking to Prophet on Facebook, and just to let people know, if you're going to be claiming the prize if you win, you need to get in touch on Facebook. So you need to join the Facebook group. Unless you want to leave your address in the comments section on YouTube, that's entirely up to you. It's not something I would recommend.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, but that's right. Just join the Facebook page, Celtic Forever Facebook page, and just leave a private message to John, and he'll get that address to me, and I'll post it out to you as soon as I receive it, and you'll get it within a couple of days. So just a recap on that, John. When will the first goal be scored against Motherwell? What minute, the exact minute, will the first goal be scored against Motherwell a week on Saturday? Just leave your answer in the comments, and good luck to everybody that enters. Okay, right, here we go, John. Let's go into some rumours first. Have you heard these linking Celtic to Lawrence Shankland, John?
No, I've not heard anything about that. But I'll tell you what, I don't think it would be a bad idea going for Lawrence Shankland. You know what? I rate him as a player. I think he's pretty good. And I think if he was working with Celtic players, I think you get a lot more of him than obviously what Hearts are getting at him, because he's obviously going to be playing with better players. But I do rate him. I do rate him as a striker. He's a half decent striker, Lawrence Shankland. I'd like to see him at Celtic.
Yeah, I mean, his goal tally's not bad this season. I know he had a few games there we hadn't scored, but then he scored against Celtic, then he scored two at the weekend there as well. So overall, and including Europe and the League Cup, he's scored 10 goals, John. It's not a bad return. But I don't know, is he Celtic quality? Is he good enough for Celtic? I know he's been linked with Rangers as well. and obviously the South Korean and the Japanese players are going to be away in January as well. So we do need another striker in there anyway. So do you think he's good enough for Celtic? Do you think he's got enough quality to play up front for Celtic, John?
Might divide opinion here, but I think so. I definitely think he'd thrive on playing for Celtic under a brilliant manager like Brendan Rodgers as well. I think he'd get a lot of Lawrence Shankland. I think he's got good pace and he's good in there as well. You know, he is. He must be around about the same height as O. I would say he's quite tall as well. Quite strong, and he's got a really good finish on him. I think under a better manager and better players, he would do really well at Celtic.
Yeah. It was Peter Grant also said he would be a good signing for Celtic. So obviously the boy's got something. He's no scored 10 goals in 12 games, for nothing. He obviously knows where the target is. He knows where the goals are. He's a finisher. As you say, he's quite strong as well. Can hold the ball up as well. So we'll wait and see. So we'll wait and see, John.
Well,
in January, I suppose.
Absolutely. I mean, he's also scored a hat trick against us.
Last season that was, wasn't it? He scored a hat trick.
That's right. Aye. So no, look, if we get linked with Lawrence Shankland, or no linked, if there's a definite bid in for Lawrence Shankland, I'd be happy to see him there. I'm not saying he would get a start ahead of Kyogo, but I think he'd thrive with Celtic.
No. It does seem like a decent player. Just to ask a question about the quality. Is there enough quality there to play for Celtic?
Absolutely, I think there is, Sander.
Right, fair enough. If you disagree or agree, leave a comment in the comment section, and we'll get back to you on that. I would like to see him at Celtic. Don't get me wrong, as a backup player, because we've got O who's starting to bang in the goals, John, and as you say, Kyogo, he's going to be the first pick every week, I would imagine. And another player we're linked with is Sidney Van Hooijdonk. That doesn't seem to be going away either. I think we were linked with him in the summer, and now that links came back again. Sidney Van Hooijdonk, John, his stats aren't great. I had a wee look at it. I think he's played 6 games. Is it 6 games he's played for Bologna? Yeah, 6 games, John, and 1 goal he scored. So, obviously he's a big, tall player, strong, physical, can hold the ball up as well. So, given the choice, I think you'd rather go for Shankland, eh?
Well, I don't know anything about this Van Hooijdonk guy. We know about Pierre, obviously, but not him. But obviously, we see a lot of Lawrence Shankland. And I do think he's a very good player, Lawrence Shankland. I'm not going to say he's going to be a number 1 Celtic striker, but you never know. You just never know with certain players, because you can see Lawrence Shankland, there's something about him. He's a good player.
Yeah. Okay, John, we'll move on then. And it's not really Celtic related, but Jota linked to Newcastle. I think he was always going to be linked with the Premier League because it's only the Premier League teams that could afford his wages.
Aye, Celtic's not going to afford that kind of wages. Only way Celtic would be able to afford Jota is if his contract was terminated and he was a free agent or something like that. But I can't look. I heard somebody else talking about Jota. He was talking about Jota, and then he was talking about we've already got Lewis Palmer, as if it's a new thing. We've been talking about Lewis Palmer for 2 months.
Aye, I know.
How good Lewis Palmer is, and this guy thinks it's as if it's the first time he's ever seen him.
Who is it?
I don't want to name names, of course. I'm not going to name people.
I don't want to name names. What podcast was it? There's obviously more than one person on each podcast. You're not going to tell us now.
You want me to narrow it down?
I narrow it down, aye.
I'm not a grass, but it's a guy that does it himself. That's all I'm going to give you.
Oh, right, okay. I've got enough idea who you're talking about. All right. And he says he's been going on about Parma then. Did you say?
Look, he's absolutely right. He's absolutely right. What he was saying. I'm not going to say exactly what he was saying, but he was going on about Palmer as if he's just somebody he's just discovered. We've been talking about Palmer for a long time.
Yeah, we have.
And we've been comparing him to Jota for a long time.
Aye, about a month. Aye.
But I don't like to make comparisons like that. All I'll say is we have been saying that Palmer is a very important player for Celtic, lose Palmer. And right now, if I was to be offered Jota or lose Palmer, I told you this before, if I was had an offer of the two of them, I'd take Palmer all day.
Yeah, he's definitely improving every game he plays, John. There he had an assist as well in his game against Mexico. So he's doing it for his international team as well, Honduras. He's a lovely assist through for the goal scorer, John, against Mexico. So he's doing it at international level as well.
Aye, he's an outstanding player. Yeah, absolute quality. And I'll say it again. I says it in the last time we spoke. He's going to go for serious money if he keeps up his performances like that, and he's getting better and better by the game, as you said there. But he's going to go for a lot of money eventually. He's not going to stay at Celtic. There's no way if he keeps up that kind of performance. He can cross the ball better than Jota, I think.
Yeah, he's sort of got a great cross, an absolute outstanding cross, John. He's crossing, as you said in one of the most recent podcasts. He's one of the best crossers of the ball we've had since Moravchik.
Look, Lubo Moravchik's probably in my top 3 best Celtic players of all time, as you know. I modelled myself on him.
I bet you did.
Yeah. But no, look, he's no Lubo Moravchik. He's no get the ball control, and he's not as good with both feet as what Lubo was. But what I'm saying is, I think he puts in. Nah, I'm not going to say better cross than Lubo. I can't say that. Lubo could cross, can't he? As good as Lubo, I'll say then, at putting a cross in.
Fair enough, John. Fair enough. But maybe do you think of Jota going to Newcastle or linked to Newcastle? Do you think it'll be a success down there, John?
Look, it's hard to say, innit? I've not even seen him playing for that team that he signed for. I don't even know what they're called, to be honest with you. But I don't know.
Elatihad, was it something like that? Isn't it? I'm not too sure myself.
Etihad or whatever it is. But it's hard to say, isn't it? It's hard to say. He's played in Scotland. He's played in Portugal. And he's played there where there's big money. And that's all it is, big money.
Yeah.
Not going to be a great success, that league there, trust me. It's just money, money, money. That's all it is.
Yeah.
And they can outbid the Premiership. That's how much money they've got. They could buy and sell the Premiership, you know, but would it be a success? I bet possibly. Aye. Listen, Jota's a great wee player. We know that. He played in the left for us all the time, Jota, and I think he was a brilliant player on the left. He put in a half decent cross, not as good as Palmer. He obviously had a lot more pace than Palmer, and they had the skill and the tricks, you know.
He was a scalper as well, but Jota, wasn't he? But Palmer, do you think Palmer's going to be a scalper now that he's getting his chance?
Well, we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see what happens. What I'm happy with Palmer is his delivery into the box is second to none. Like I say, since Lubo, I'm not going to say anybody on the wings is better than Lubo, because Lubo was just an amazing wee player. But he was a number 10, really, wasn't he, Lubo? But he could play anywhere on the park. And he was asked, what's your favourite, what foot is your strongest? Who asked him that in an interview again? I can't mind. And he says both are the same. I think he says he was naturally right-footed. And he worked on his left foot to get stronger and stronger till it was just as good as his right foot.
And that's dedication for you, isn't it?
Exactly. You seen him scoring free kicks for 25 yards with his left foot and his right foot. That's how good he was. And Jota, Palmer has got that two-footedness about him as well.
Yeah, he has. Yeah. All right, mate. Okay, we'll leave that there. So Jota linked to Newcastle. We'll see what happens in January with that one. So international stuff, John. Let's have a wee chat about that. We've got McGregor Taylor, Ralston, Mikey Johnson, Scales, Matt O'Reilly, Carter Vickers, Alistair Johnson, Palmer, and all away on international duty. We've got, Home, is it Thiago Home and Bernardo, both away on under 21 international duty. So that's what, 13, 14 players away, John?
It's a lot in it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot.
And it would, sorry, John, it would have been more if a Japanese contingent wouldn't have been injured. So obviously we've got Maeda injured and Kyogo both injured as well. So they would have been away as well.
Aye. But I was going to say, thankfully they're injured. That wouldn't be the right thing to say. But they're important players to us. Especially Kyogo. Maeda's been off the boil for a long time, I think. I think the last 3 games he played, he was off the boil. And the only game that he did play well in, he was playing well in, he got sent off.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I know. It's just the international thing's just to me, John, personally, it's horrible. I just don't like it. I've never liked it. You know, I don't know if that's to do with maybe Scotland never qualifying. I'm not sure, but it's just something I've never really been interested in. You know, don't get me wrong. I like to see Scotland doing well. I do like to, especially the Celtic players. I like to see them doing well for their country. And it's also great that Scotland are qualified for 2 tournaments in the last few years. Also brilliant. But for me, I just can't wait till it finishes. You know, next Saturday, I can't wait till next Saturday to get back to the normal football, to be honest with you.
Well, you keep saying that I like the international football. I mean, I do like it, but I don't like it during the season. I like the tournaments, if you know what I mean. I like if Scotland's in a tournament, obviously that's even better. But
Yeah.
I just like the international tournaments, if you know what I mean. I'm really a big fan of watching the qualifiers, but the only reason I'm a fan of watching Scotland, but the qualifiers obviously they put halt to the league, didn't they? Watching Celtic. And it's horrible because it feels like a month every time there's an international break and you're waiting to get back to Celtic.
It does, yeah, it does. You're right, John. But we're now at Saturday, John. There's only another 7 days to go, so it still feels like another month, doesn't it? So let's touch on some of the players that have played for our international teams then, John. I know all the players were called up, but did they play? Not all of them. We've got Carter Vickers, who started for USA, fair enough. I think he set up a goal as well, actually. We've got O, who went away, who didn't start for his team, South Korea, against Singapore. I think it was 5-0 to South Korea, but O didn't get a start, John. We've got Thiago Home, who played 75 minutes for Norway against Republic of Ireland, or Ireland as I like to call them. Who else played? I think everybody else was on the bench, John. I think everybody else actually was on the bench. I don't think Matt O'Reilly came on either. So that's good news that no many of the players actually played.
Aye, look, I never watched any games, international games. I watched the Scotland game, obviously, that's the only one I watched.
Mm-hmm.
But to be honest with you, I don't really pay any attention to other teams that's playing. I watch Scotland and that's it.
You see, I keep an eye on the other teams, John, to keep an eye on the fitness of the Celtic players. And I forgot to mention Johnston and Scales both played for Ireland as well. But no, I keep an eye on all the Celtic players, John, just to keep, because I worry about them getting injured, because we've got enough injuries just now.
Aye. No, we certainly don't want any players coming back injured. That's the last thing you want. It's always a relief when the international stuff's over and every player's fit to play the next game.
Yeah.
But no, look, I'm the same as you, really. It puts a halt to Celtic, and Celtic were flying in the league. I mean, obviously not in Europe. We didn't do too well there, but the league's the most important thing. I don't really care about Europe. I'm like you with international stuff. See, when it comes to Europe, I don't really care. We're never going to win a European Cup. It's never going to happen. Possibility one day we could win the Runners-Up Cup. What was it called? Europa League,
Aye.
something like that. But when it comes to
Yeah.
the Champions League, we're never going to win that. No in our lifetime. Unless there's some kind of miracle where Scottish football gets taken over by billionaires and we're able to compete. But unless that happens, the way the things are getting run just now in Scotland, we're never going to win the Champions League.
No.
So that's why I don't like it. So there you go. That's my feelings on the Champions League.
Yeah. My dislike for the Champions League is the gubbins we receive. I like us being in the Champions League, but see your 6s and your 7-0s. It just demoralises the full club as far as I'm concerned. We could be doing with the. I mean, as you say, it's good to play in the wee runners up cup and get wee 2-1 wins at home against wee Mickey Mouse teams. Fair enough. But being in against the big boys, you're talking big defeats sometimes, like Atletico Madrid, Paris Saint-Germain, Barcelona, Real Madrid. All these teams have taken 3, 4, and 5 goals off us, John.
Aye. They just can't compete with that. We have beat Barcelona, but I think the Celtic team, when we did beat Barcelona, was stronger at the time. But even to say that out loud, we beat Barcelona, it just sounds like you're in a dream, doesn't it?
Nah, that was one of the best Barcelona teams in history of all time, and we beat them at Celtic Park. So we can do it against the big teams, John. It can be done, but just 10 years if we had a win in the Champions League at home, that's a record we need to rectify ASAP, John.
Aye, well, the Scottish games went backwards. Everywhere else has gone forward, and Scotland's gone backwards. That's what it looks like to me. Scottish games went backwards. The money isn't there to pay wages, and players don't really want to come. Big name players, don't really want to come to Scotland and play because obviously they want big money for wages, and they're not going to get that here, are they?
Well, definitely not. As it comes to wages, only Celtic can really pay the bigger wages. But even then, you're talking with Celtic's highest paid player just now, 25,000, something like that.
Something like that. I think probably McGregor might be Celtic's highest paid player on. I don't know where they get the information for, but apparently 25 grand a week.
Yeah. All right, John. We'll move on for that. Neil Lennon linked with the Ireland job. Have you heard anything about that? Have you heard? I mean, I just heard rumours that he's linked. He's the number one favourite, sorry, for the Ireland job. Stephen Kenny, I think he's not doing too well, so he's linked with the job. John, would you like to see Neil Lennon as the Ireland manager?
I would like to see Neil Lennon staying in Scotland and managing one of the teams here. I would love to see Neil Lennon managing a team here because it gives the other mob a game. You know what I mean? Touching on that, by the way, something I'm saying, it gives the other mob a game. Like Aberdeen give them a game and we give them a game, but nobody else ever does, as you know. You're talking about Chris Boyd against Aberdeen. I just bring my mind there to bring it up to you. Chris Boyd going on about, well, Aberdeen's going to basically no give Celtic a game. They're going to give Celtic an easy time or whatever it was he said. How does he not say that before every single Rangers game when they're playing Kilmarnock and Livingston and all that? How they teams all sit back to them and how they all try against Celtic.
Yeah, I know. Because he's only going to bring up teams that gave Rangers a game. He's only going to bring that up because Rangers counter it against everybody else. So he's only going to get annoyed when teams actually give Rangers a game, like Aberdeen, like Celtic. So that's why he's bringing that up, John.
Well, he fails to bring up that all these teams, Livingston, St Mirren and all that, all give Celtic a game. They all fight like their life's on the line for it against Celtic. Every single one of the teams does that against Celtic. Every one.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Aberdeen, they play Rangers twice coming up, so they will get Rangers a game. But I mean, Rangers might still beat them, but Rangers will know they've been in a game when they play Aberdeen.
I'm on the Dons.
Good luck to Aberdeen when they play Rangers in the Cup final and in the league, both coming up in a few weeks' time.
Aye, absolutely. Let's see. Touching on Neil Lennon's managerial chances at Ireland. I'd rather see him in Scotland. To be honest with you, Xander, I would love to see Neil Lennon in Scotland because you know he's going to have his team fighting against him.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, I know what you're saying, John.
But
You know he's
if
going.
you
You know he's going to send out a team to win a game against Rangers.
absolutely, aye. But
Yeah,
look, I would love to see him getting the Irish job as well. If he's not going to get a job in Scotland, he's never have TV here, is he? In Scotland.
that's
So,
right. He does a lot of press work, doesn't he?
so I would like to see him in Scotland first and foremost. I'd like to see him getting a job here. I don't know, maybe at Hibs or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
And if he's wanting the Ireland job, all the best of luck to Lenny. You know, I still like Lenny.
Okay,
Aye,
let's move on. The Cammy Care testimonial, John, the other night against Dundee, Celtic against Dundee, finished 1-0 to Dundee. But I kept an eye on it because Welsh is just back from injury. He played the game, John, so that's good news.
aye. I'm just wondering what Brendan Rodgers is going to get out of Welsh. Is he going to get a player out of there, do you think? I mean, he's no young boy anymore, Stephen Welsh. Like, he's still young in comparison to us, but when it comes to football terms, he's no a young boy anymore. So, I don't know. I'd like to. There is things about Welsh I do like. He's quite brave and defensive
Hmm
in there and all that. He's quite brave going for the
hmm
ball, with headers and all that. But he's got his weaknesses as well, Stephen Welsh. But is Brendan the man to iron out the creases, do you think?
You could be, John. He's put him in there against Dundee for a reason. He also put in Lager Bielka, Kobayashi, and Bernaby. So all four of them played in that game, John. Obviously, Brendan wanted to have a wee look at them. So he's not forgetting about these players, John. He still wants to see what these players are capable of.
Aye. I think a few of the names are going to be transferred in the January window, I think, Xander.
Yeah, Kobayashi, Lager Bielka, and Bernaby was their three. So obviously, Brendan must have watched them and he'll make his mind up about these players. But Lager Bielka, good to see him back as well, John. He's not quite at the skills level, is he? Let's be honest.
No, I don't think he's anywhere near Liam Skill's level. I think Liam Skills is head and shoulders above him when it comes to his defensive duties. He stepped in there and
Yeah,
made that position his own. You've got to commend the boy for that.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, but we have got quite a lot of centre halves now, John. It's including Welsh. That's Welsh back playing. That's another one added to the centre back list, if you like. So good luck to Stephen Welsh, John. I forgot to mention that he's just came back from injury, and all the best in his Celtic career. Whether he does it, good luck to him. Whether he doesn't, good luck in his career. So that game, John, Celtic lost 1-0. I think it was one of the ones where it's nothing each. The last minute, there's a penalty, and you give it to the boy who's getting the testimonial. Cammy Care, he took the penalty and scored. So it's one of the ones where it's one of if it's nothing each, we'll give you a penalty. One of the ones.
Aye, I didn't even know the game was on, to be honest with you.
Aye,
Amy Kerr, is that him retired then?
it must be John. Aye, so that's Cammy Care testimonial, John. Last minute of the game, he gets a penalty, scores his goal. So well done to the boy for that, I suppose. And hopefully made a nice wee bit of money for his testimonial as well. Celtic ladies, John, play Hamilton tomorrow, 4:30. You like the ladies' game, didn't you?
Aye, I do enjoy Celtic ladies, that's it. But sometimes I forget, it's the last thing in your mind a lot, especially if Celtic's just played.
Hmm
The last thing I'm really thinking about is the women's game. But no, I know they won 3-0. And right now I think they're second in the league below the Rangers women. That's all I
Right,
really know. But
right,
sorry,
okay.
Xander, I can't help you there because I've never seen it.
Right, fair enough, John. I don't know much about it myself either. I don't really. I won't look out for the results, but I don't watch the games. I think you watched some of the games, didn't you?
I watched some of them, aye. If I remember it's on, I'll definitely watch it, aye.
Yeah, Celtic against Hamilton tomorrow, John, 4:30. I'm sure you'll manage to find a link somewhere to watch that if it's no on BBC Alba. Did you see the Celtic advert, Christmas advert?
I've seen it advertised on YouTube, but it's no my kind of thing, know what I mean?
Aye, no. I watched it. It's 3 minutes of my life I'll never get back.
I was thinking that's why I don't watch them. It's just that was good. I watched a couple of them the other years, and it's obviously the Celtic players having a bit of fun and all that. But I think it's more aimed at the Waynes, you know.
I think it's more aimed at advertising merchandise. That's
But
what
it
I
could
think
be
it's
that.
aimed at.
Oh, aye.
But that video I watched today was aimed at selling merchandise, John. So anyway, you never saw it. I did see it. It's okay, I suppose, but I'm like you. I'm not really for that kind of thing. But Kyogo was a star. That's all I'll say. If you want to watch it,
Kyogo's always a star these days, isn't he? Cammy Kerr's only 28, by the way.
oh, is he?
So I'm just wondering why he's getting a testimonial. I was just looking him up there.
He's probably been there for about 15, John.
Possibly.
You know, he's probably been there for his youth development, things like that. You know. All right, let's move it on. Just a wee quick word on the Motherwell game coming up, John. Are you looking forward to this international stuff's finished, and then we're straight into the action against Motherwell at Celtic Park a week today?
And bring it on. Can't wait.
Yeah, I'm the same, John.
I think it's going to be a walkover for Celtic. Celtic are on fire, and I think after that game against Atletico, I think it's got the players' tails up. I think.
Yeah, I think so. Going by the way we played against Aberdeen, definitely. That was lovely to watch that game. That was one of the best games in a few years I've saw at Celtic Park. Just fluent from start to finishing, finding that scoring touch again. Some great goals, some great assists by Parma. All I can say is I hope that I know there's still a few international games to go, that all the players come back injury free, John. Your Callum McGregor's, your Greg Taylor's, your Alistair Johnston's. Hopefully they'll come back injury free, every single one of them. Big Cameron Carter-Vickers, straight into the Motherwell game, every single one of them, the strongest team possible, and put that game to bed early. But we'll do a preview on that on Wednesday, John. That'll be a preview for the Motherwell game.
Aye. Well, I predicted with Aberdeen game what was going to happen. I says that to you when you asked what do you think's going to happen. Think it'll be a European hangover, and I did say to you, I think Celtic's going to be angry at that, and they're going to come out and put a few past Aberdeen, and they did that. I didn't get the score prediction right, obviously. I says 3-0, but it was 6-0. But I had a feeling Celtic were going to be angry with that performance.
Yeah, and it showed. They never gave Aberdeen a second in that game. But we've done the preview for that, John. It's the Motherwell game up next. We'll do a preview on Wednesday. Just before we finish, John, I want to bring up the promotion one more time.
Well, got a couple of comments if you want as well, before you go.
Right, John, what I'll do is I'll bring up the promotion now, right, John, then we'll finish on the comments, right? So promotion. What minute will the first goal, be scored against Motherwell on a week today? So what minute will the first goal be scored against Motherwell? Just leave your guess in the comments section, everybody. And remember to add your seconds as well. Gives you a better chance of winning the Celtic Legends frame print. And this week we're giving away the Tommy Burns Celtic Legends frame print, John. So the Tommy Burns one is up for grabs. So get your guess in the comments. What minute will the first goal be scored against Motherwell Celtic Park on Saturday? Put it in the comments. We'll make the draw on the post-match on Saturday night. And good luck to everybody that enters. Right, John, some comments for us.
Well, the first comment I'm going to read out isn't on YouTube. It was on Facebook.
Right.
And I forgot all about this lassie. Don't call her lassie. I think I'll call her a woman. Don't want to just call her a lassie. That's a bit kind of wrong. But her name was Michelle Stewart. So Michelle said, that's her name, Michelle Shed, Sean Connery. Michelle Stewart, that's hard to say that for me. Michelle Stewart said, for the last competition, guess who the legend was? She said Brian McClare and Joe Ledley. So she
Right.
also got one right. So we've got to put Michelle into the draw.
Right, okay, right.
Oh,
Well done,
listen,
Michelle. Well done.
she did send me a wee message saying she would love to win a prize for her husband. But listen, Michelle, enter this competition. You've got 5 guesses. Just guess the first minute of the first goal against Motherwell on Saturday. That's all you need to do. Guess the first minute of the first goal against Motherwell. And apologies, Michelle, for getting that one on Facebook, but nobody really leaves comments on Facebook, so I forgot all about it. But good luck with that, Michelle. Anyway, that was Michelle Stewart.
Right,
And
Michelle.
so we'll go to some comments on YouTube. And it's Paul again. Well, I think it's Paul. It's Paul saying, it's looking good, lads. I think that's a reference to the wee song you put on the last podcast.
It's looking good by the Ruttles.
Aye. The
A
Ruttles.
good song, that, aye. That was good, aye.
And Paul used that, Paul McComb, that is, he used that in his comment. He says, it's looking good, lads. Celtic and 10 out of 10 for the podcast. Hail, hail, keep the faith. That was for Paul McComb.
Okay, cheers, Paul, for that. Cheers, my man.
And you're right, Paul, it is looking good.
Yeah.
Don't forget the name, the Ruttles. So we would never sell our club for £1. He's another regular, and he said, highlight of the day was Chris Boyd having a meltdown and claiming Barry Robson's Aberdeen rolled over and was pure raging.
Yeah, well, you know, I don't understand why that guy is on the telly, to be honest with you, but, you know, that guy's picking up a wage for that, John, for the dross that he comes out with. Absolute dross. And he's picking up a wage for that.
The guy just talks trouble, but you've got to look on the bright side of this stuff, Sander. We get to laugh at him every week. Anyway, the Prophet, he had a few guesses at the time for the next goal. How you doing, Prophet? And well done in winning your prize, mate.
Yeah, well done, Prophet. Yeah, that should be on your doorstep Tuesday or Wednesday, buddy. So keep your eye on the postman for that one. I don't want him to leave it outside in the rain either.
Right, somebody might steal it.
Yeah, that's it. It's too valuable.
Well, there you go then. Udif, great podcast. It's real people just talking Celtic. My favourite Celtic pod. Love it. Hail, hail. Thanks for that, Udif.
Thank you very much. Yeah, that's all we do. We just talk mince basically and fill a view every now and again, John. That's all we do, isn't it? It's a good laugh. It's good. It's good fun.
You can speak for yourself, but talk mince, that's talk sense.
Anybody else? Any other comments for us?
Right. Mad about football. It's looking good. There's another reference to the Beast. See, the Ruttles are taking off. The Ruttles are going to be the next Beatles, I'm telling you.
It's looking good. It looked good on Saturday anyway, didn't it? It looked good.
It looked very good.
Aye. Long may that continue.
I'm glad I started singing that song, to be honest with you.
It's quite catchy. It's quite catchy.
Aye, another couple for the Prophet there. What do you think of the Palmer penalty? That was beautiful, Prophet. That penalty was stunning.
Yeah. Keeper wouldn't have got anywhere near that, John. It was right in the top corner. I know he didn't have much of a run up, but what a finish that was. Yeah, lovely penalty.
That was a beauty, Prophet. Me and Xander both enjoyed that. Don't worry about
that.
Yeah. Elaine says, well done, the hoops. Hope Kyogo was okay. Dirty animal doing that.
What was that again? Oh, the header. Aye, the header. Aye. Yeah, I think he's okay. I think it's came out that he's okay. So, yeah, he'll be back on Saturday, John. He'll be back on Saturday.
Definitely. I don't like calling players animals, but and I don't like talking down to any Aberdeen players because I like Aberdeen as a team, but like the boy, I've not heard anything about that. If he's facing a ban for that, the boy really should be facing a ban for that because that was bad. That was really bad, that I think.
Yeah, I think once it goes to VAR, John, that's it. I don't think it can be looked at again or anything. I could be wrong, but I think that's the case, and that's why we've not heard anything. But we move on, John. We move on.
Aye. Prophet again said, my Prophet came through. It certainly did, Prophet. And you won a prize.
Did he say 6-0?
He says, no, I want the draw to go to VAR. I've only tuned in and you had the guy's name up. VAR done me.
Oh, the draw! Aye.
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 Aye. I
No,
say he wants the draw to go to VAR. Sorry,
Oh,
Prophet.
right. Okay, I get you now. No. Well, once the draw's made, that's it. That's it. Once the draw's made, the winner is. But he didn't claim it anyway. Is it Paul? Who was it? Who was it, John?
He doesn't need to
He
worry
didn't
about
claim
going
it.
the draw going to VAR. He won it.
He won it. Aye, but that's only because the other boy didn't collect his prize. So McMahon
Aye.
was Paul McMahon. Yeah, Paul. Sorry, you didn't collect your prize, buddy. We had to give it to somebody else. That was a full week we gave it, and you didn't claim it, buddy. So
Aye.
just enter the next competition, and you never know, you might win it again.
We can't state that enough. If you check on the next podcast and you've won a prize, go to Facebook, just join the group, and send me a private message. It's very easy to do. Just send me a message with your details, and the photo will get posted out to you, the print. So it's as easy as that, basically. Join Facebook and send me your name and address, and you get the framed print sent to you. Simple. That's it, Xander. Name our comments.
Or put your address in the comments if you want to be risky that way. Put your address, in the comments, and we'll get it that way as well. Or you can join Twitter. Put your address on the Twitter account as well. Celtic Forever Podcast. Just get your address sent to us, and we'll get it sent out to you if you win it. We'll get it sent out to you that day, and you should have it within a couple of days. All right, John. Any more comments?
No, I'm done. I'm done with comments.
All right, John. Okay. That's nearly 50 minutes anyway, John. We'll call it a night there. Good luck to Scotland tomorrow. I think they play Norway. Just as long as the boys all come back fit and ready to face Motherwell, I'll be happy. So good luck to Scotland tomorrow anyway. And hopefully every Celtic player that's away on international duty comes back for the Motherwell game ready to go. All right, John, thank you very much for joining us tonight. Appreciate that, my man. And we'll catch you on Wednesday.
Catch you Wednesday, Xander. Hail, hail.
Right, John, thank you. Catch you later. Bye-bye.